It is Wrestlemania weekend. We are doing a live show. Wrestlemania finished maybe 10 minutes ago. Donald and his wife are here in Alberta doing a live show with me. First time ever. This is the second time we've ever gone live. It's going to be super fun. We're giving a rundown of WrestleMania Night 1. I don't know about you guys. Wasn't overly impressed. Anyway, hope you enjoy. Let's get to the show. So here we go. WrestleMania Night 1. Cena comes out, gets a great pop. He's hosting the show. Fantastic. Gets a little choked up. He worked his way through it. And here we go. Match 1. Usos and LA Knight versus The Vision and ISO Speed. I don't know. I like Speed. I really do like Speed. I don't mind the Usos now that they're back together, but I still do like The Vision. I have to say, I like Theory, and I've always been huge on Logan Paul. You know that.
I know, and you've always been high on Theory. You said that he was the next Cena.
I thought Cena was going to be the next Cena, and they put him with the Aussie and ruined 3 years of his career. But what do I know? I'm just a wrestling fan. So the match. It was a typical match, and I'm going to say, people are going to hear me say this quite a bit. This was a typical Monday Night Raw match or a typical Friday Night SmackDown match. There was a couple of high spots. The Vision, like in the match, like I said, like I'm not going to go through all the details because there wasn't really that much. Eventually, the Vision starts getting mad at Speed because they feel like he's missing spots or whatever. After a few botches, they were getting mad at Speed. LA Knight and the Usos win the match. After the match is over, they start beating up Speed. Usos and LA Knight come to his rescue. Speed does a high spot, jumps off the top of the post, hits Logan Paul with a froggy splash, which was kind of cool to see. And everyone starts yeeting.
Yep.
That's WrestleMania first match. Okay, now I'll say this. You got Speed, you got the Usos, you got LA Knight, and you got the Vision. For what it wasn't horrible. It was not a horrible match. I gave it 2.25 stars. But again, nothing really to write home about. There really wasn't anything to write home about. I gave it 2.25 stars. You take it. What do you think?
Well, right off the hop, I thought that Logan Paul is adding to his repertoire. Like looking at the moves that he was pulling off.
100%. And every time I see the guy, he's looking more and more jacked every day.
He's getting better.
He's a pure athlete.
He is. And like we've said this before, he's taken to the business like a fish to water. And I thought that the moves that he was pulling off tonight, like usually he's a high flyer. You can expect a frog splash. You can expect some high flying stuff. Like he was doing like mat stuff.
Yeah.
And I was really impressed with that. I thought Speed held his own.
Yep.
Really first time in a match, like in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought he held his own. So, I mean, like looking at Speed for his first match, the way he hit that frog splash from the top of the post, I thought that was money. I'm like, for a guy that's fresh into the business, that looked good.
It saved it. It in a way, it kind of saved the match. And again, it wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
It was an opening match for WrestleMania. And for being an open match, the opening match at WrestleMania was pretty good.
It was about like a 7, maybe 8 minute match. I didn't honestly expect it to go any longer than maybe 10 tops. Overall, I gave it 2.75 out of 5.
And that's fair. Like, honestly, opening match at WrestleMania, 2.25 to like whatever, as long as it doesn't get 3, that's pretty standard.
Yeah.
Even for an opening match at WrestleMania to get a 2.75, even a 2.5, it has to be outstanding. I mean, you look at the history of opening matches for WrestleMania. It used to be about setting a tone, get the crowd into it, get them pumped. not the same way anymore, but all of these guys are over.
Yeah.
Every one of the people in this match were over, and it was a good way to start WrestleMania. Match number 2, unsanctioned match. Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre. Fuck me. Okay, so the referee already has gloves on before the match starts. So we're thinking, okay, this is going to be cool. This is going to be like a bloodbath. It's going to be like a hardcore match.
Yeah.
Didn't exactly turn out that way.
No. Like you said, when we see the referee putting on the gloves right off the hop, I'm like, okay, we're going to get a street fight. Like this is going to be the fight that's going to end this feud. And I said this in the last show. When you look at a fight that's going to end all fights, it used to be a steel cage. That's not the case anymore.
No.
I'm like, okay, so we're going to see a knockdown, drag-out fight. And I had high hopes going into this.
Me too.
The way that they were building it up.
Me too.
I have to say about this match, I thought the wrestling, like the actual, air quote, wrestling at the start of the match, I thought that was actually really good.
That's the problem. This was an unsanctioned match.
Right?
Falls count anywhere, no disqualification, call it whatever you want. It was a fucking wrestling match.
Yep. We had no blood.
Not a drop, and there should have been. You think someone digs in your face with a wrench, there should be at least a rash,
a scratch,
cut, something. Come on,
at the end of the day, I mean, I gave it a 2.5 out of 5. There wasn't really anything to phone home about.
There wasn't. I gave it 2. I gave it an even 2 because, like you said, so the moves, some of the moves were okay.
Yeah.
Like Jacob's got one of the best moonsaults in wrestling.
And he hits it every time. I
Yeah.
don't know how.
Like chair shots, table shots. There wasn't, and again, I'll keep saying the same term. You're going to hear this a lot. There wasn't a lot to write home about in this match.
Yeah.
But now, and I'm going to keep saying that this was match 2 of WrestleMania. Okay. We'll call it, the old timers used to call it jerking the curtain.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, like you said, there was no blood. Again, not much to say. We'll go on to match 3. We're not spending a lot of time on this tonight, folks, because honestly, night 1 wasn't that great. You guys can deduct, you have your own opinions. We watched it. We were hyped, same as everyone, but in our eyes, night 1 fell short. Okay, so match 3. WWE Women's Tag Team title match. It's a 4-way. Charlotte, Alexa Bliss versus Nia and Lash versus Bayley and Lyra versus the Bellas. So Nikki comes out. She's on crutches. I can't continue, but I have a good friend. She comes out, and lo and behold, someone who I had a huge crush on her back in the time because she was kind of a goth chick. Paige comes back. Good, awesome to see. And she got a pretty good pop.
She did.
So Paige takes Nikki's place. Again, like I said, awesome pop. It's a little bit of the same old. There was one point Brie kicked Lyra pretty goddamn hard. She was out of the match for a little bit, for a few minutes, but it was stiff. That's typical Brie. Wouldn't be the first person Brie hurt with those stupid kicks. Brie still sucks. So do the Bellas. There were botches in this match, and it was even Charlotte Flair. I don't know what's going on with Charlotte the last while. Charlotte doesn't botch anything.
No.
She never used to anyway. The last while, she's been missing spots, whether it be a pay-per-view. I don't call them PLEs. I just refuse. Whether it be a pay-per-view, a Monday Night Raw, a Friday Night SmackDown, whatever it was. Charlotte is missing spots, and that's not Charlotte, so I don't like that. But there were a lot of botches in this match. Paige gets in. She looks pretty good. Not that she did a whole lot of wrestling in AEW while she was there, but she's back. You know, she looked good. She did okay. Eventually, yeah, and again, wasn't a great match. Eventually, Paige wins the tag team titles for her and Brie. It was emotional for Paige. You could see it in the ring.
Yep.
Same as Brie. As much as I hate the Bellas, Brie was like felt it for Paige. She was pretty emotional too. Fuck Nikki. I gave the whole match a 1.5 just because there were a few botches. It wasn't great. It was awesome to see Nia and Lash walk down giving a tribute to Demolition, dressed in white, wearing those masks with the spikes and everything. That was fucking awesome to see. To me, that was the highlight of this match, was Nia and Lash doing that. Okay, so tag team champions are Brie and Paige. You know Nikki's going to want her belt eventually, so
yes.
It'll cause a split. I mean, even the casual wrestling fan would be like, well, of course she's going to take her out to be with her sister.
Yeah.
You know, that's just, but the match was, this was for pure entertainment. The match was not good.
No.
Yeah. 1.5. You take it. What did you feel on it?
Like you, I thought the little stick tap to Demolition was probably the highlight of the match.
100%.
I thought Lyra and Bailey looked good. Like, you know, they're tagging in and out their team moves. I thought that was pretty good. At the end of the day, I gave it a 2 out of 5 only because of when Paige finally got tagged in, the pop that she got. The fans have wanted her back for a while.
100%.
So to see her, you know, as they say, get her flowers, she's welcome back to WWE, to see her back in the fold. That's really the only reason that I gave that match a 2 out of 5, because the fans got what they wanted. I think you're right. I think you're going to see Nikki's going to come back and say, okay, so you subbed in for me. Technically, that's my belt.
Yes.
So,
and it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. We're going to see. We're going to see whether it's next week or the week after, whenever she's, you know, ready to come back. You're going to see some kind of a split there.
I got to give props to whoever did Alexa Bliss's makeup and hair, the whole outfit thing. She looked like AI coming out to the ring. Like,
yeah,
that was a cool setup. The whole butterfly thing with Charlotte, I'm over that. Match number 5, Gunther versus Rollins. This match was thrown together. Let's face it, it wasn't supposed to happen. But it did. Now, it should be a good match. I love them both. But considering that it was basically thrown together,
yep,
because everyone knows, I mean, everyone knows it was supposed to be Steiner and Rollins,
yeah,
at WrestleMania. It was, you know, that's just the way it was, but he's hurt. So Gunther gets the match. It was okay. It was back and forth. The entrance for Seth with the black eyes,
yeah,
and the jacket, like smoking, awesome entrance. As soon as I saw Seth with the blacked out eyes, I thought of the bassist from Limp Bizkit.
yeah.
So that was cool. Gunther jumps Rollins right even before, like, when he's still in his entrance, whatever. Here we go. It was okay. It was a match. Gunther wrestled like Gunther.
Yep.
Seth Rollins wrestled like Seth Rollins. And eventually, and again, folks, I don't mean to sound like a whatever prick, but this was just night 1 of WrestleMania. There wasn't a lot to talk about. Eventually, Rollins gets put in a lay down choke, sleeper, whatever you want to call it. Gunther wins. Now, if I had to pick a winner going into this fight, I would have took Rollins, just because He came back from injury not too long ago. He's getting a big push. Gunther's been kind of quiet, but he is the guy that ends careers. He's the ring general, blah, blah, blah. Call him whatever you want. He won decisively over Seth Rollins. Now, Seth didn't tap out. I think the referee stopped it. So after that, he gets speared by Steiner. I can't call him Braun Breaker. I got to call him Steiner because he's back and he looks bigger than ever. He looks great and he's still a kid. He's still in his 20s. This guy still has 20 years of solid wrestling in him and he's going to be good. He can still hit 100 miles an hour when he's running.
He hasn't even hit his peak yet.
He's nowhere close to it.
No, God, no.
His shit is still green. It's not even ripe. Like this kid is going to be good. But the match itself, I gave 2 3/4 stars because it was decent. You got two guys that can go thrown together, no history, no nothing. They had a decent match. But again, Rollins wrestled like Rollins. Gunther wrestled like Gunther. And then Braun Breaker is back. Looks fantastic. Spears Rollins. And we're done with that. And Gunther is now waiting for another storyline. What was your take on it?
Okay, so it's no lie, and I've always said this, Rollins is my guy.
He always has been.
Going into this match, I'm like, he's coming back from injury. Gunther's the ring general. On the last show, I said, all things weighed against each other, I picked Gunther to win this match. I'm pretty sure I picked Gunther to win this match. The way that the match started, I'm like, this is gonna be a fight. Like this is not going to be hold for hold. This isn't going to be a mat wrestling or a technician match. Like this is going to be a fight. But just the way that it started, the way that it started, I was expecting at least a 3.5 out of 5 for stars.
I was hoping for at least a 3, but I couldn't give this match a 3. Yeah. It just wasn't there. Even with the return of Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
2 3/4 is all it gets out of me. I wanted to give it more. I knew it was going to be an okay match. Yeah. It wasn't going to be a stinker. I knew that. I just hoped again, the match was okay. I hoped for a little more.
Yeah.
I don't know what a little more was. But I don't myself walking away if I was there, a paying wrestling fan, I'm going to say this. If I paid the money to go to night 1 of Wrestlemania as a paying fan and walk away satisfied, that prostitute would owe me money because I didn't walk away satisfied. I just had to throw that in there. I know that got away from the match. I was talking overall. But yeah, I don't know what I was looking for. I don't know what extra I wanted.
The way that they were building up this match, and like you said, right from the very get-go, there was no history. It just kind of got thrown together.
Yeah.
And then in the last 2 weeks leading up to today, whatever time zone that you're in, I was like, this isn't going to be a wrestling match. This is going to be a fight. So that's why I had such high expectations going into it. I wasn't expecting Breaker to come back, at least this early. And then when he comes out and he interferes in the match, I'm like, okay, it's watered down piss now at this point. That's why I gave it 3 out of 5. If there was no outside interference and it was just Rollins against Gunther and the better wrestler won, then to me, that would have been a 3.5. For what it was, now, what direction do they go in? Are we looking at Rollins Gunther 2.0?
No, we're 100%. It's right back to what it should have been after the Royal Rumble.
So we're looking at Seth going after the Vision.
It's Seth and the Vision. That hasn't changed. Now that they're both back and they're both healthy, we're going Vision again.
Right.
No doubt. Match 6. Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Liv versus Stephanie Valkyr. Okay. I love Liv. Liv is hot. I can look at Liv all day. but I am tired of seeing and hearing about this fucking music video. She comes down the ramp doing the worst. Milli Vanilli's lip sync was way fucking better than Liv Morgan. I don't know if the plugs they gave her in her ear to hear the audio was off. Was she wearing them? Because she's in a stadium, and I know the sound gets thrown. It was the worst lip sync I've ever fucking seen in my life. I love Liv. I absolutely love her. But enough with the video. Let's get over it. Fuck. That's it. Worst lip sync ever. The match was actually okay. I didn't mind this match. There was nothing really huge to talk about except for the outside interference coming on the end.
Yeah.
There's not much to talk about. Liv wins the title with outside interference. That's pretty much it. She hits Oblivion, but there was a ton of outside interference. But the match itself, I gave 2.5 stars. This was actually pretty good. Just stop lip syncing, enough with the video, and that's about all I have to say about this match. I gave it 2.5 stars. Wasn't horrible. It was way fucking better than a match or two before that. But yeah, no more video, no more lip syncing. What's your take?
Well, the first note that I made was that Liv needs to piss off with all this new music video stuff. Like, this is
100%.
This is an MTV back when MTV used to play videos. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I mean, when the match finally got going, I thought that the wrestling itself was okay.
It was okay.
There were good exchanges at times, back and forth. Like, there wasn't one that necessarily had one up on the other.
Yeah.
Like you said, when the interference comes in and, you know, we're looking at Judgment Day yet again sticking their nose in there, and we've talked to I don't know what mth degree, the Judgment Day needs to go.
It's time. It is time for the Judgment Day to go.
It's been time for a while.
Yes, that's the best way to put it. It's been time. They are all comfortable enough. The Judgment Day was started with Edge originally because there were a lot of up-and-comers that could be main eventers, really good sports entertainers, really good wrestlers, but they need a little guidance.
Yeah.
That's what Edge was there for. They kick Edge out, and none of them need each other of them. They're done. Like, you can go on your own now.
Oh, absolutely.
Leave the nest. I get you. It's time.
Finn left. I mean, they say he was booted out.
Yeah.
But, you know, it came to the point where Finn, he doesn't need the Judgment Day. And that's been apparent for a little while.
Yeah.
And I mean, my personal 2 cents, and we'll continue on with the catastrophe that was this show in a second. My 2 cents, the next person that leaves
is of the way you put that.
The next person that leaves Judgment Day is going to be J.D. McDonough, and he is going to go on to big things.
J.D. McDonough is going to be a U.S. champion. J.D. McDonough is going to go on and be an Intercontinental champion. As sad as it is to say, he's not going to be not even a world heavyweight champion because he is a little bit too small.
Yeah.
And as much heart as the guy has, and as much respect, like I didn't care for him very much until that night on Raw. And we've talked about this a million times. If I were a booker, I would poise him to be at least a world heavyweight champion. But he's a good athlete. He's a good wrestler, but he doesn't have what Paul Heyman used to call it.
Agreed.
And that's what's going to hold him back. But I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
Continue.
You're good. So yeah, Liv goes on to win. Not on her own, obviously. For the wrestling aspect of this match, I gave it a 2.75 out of 5. What holds me back on giving it anything better? I'll go back to the Gunther Rollins match. You've got the interference. I don't want to see any more run-ins. We're tired with the run-ins. Like, whoever's writing this stuff, whoever's booking this stuff.
Now, tonight so far, I'm going to say this. As far as the writing goes, and I know it's night 1, night 2 traditionally is always the big night. since they went with 2 nights of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I don't fully blame the writers. A lot of this is on the performers too.
Yeah.
This is the story. This is what you're doing. Blah, blah, blah. This is what's happening. The bottom line is that bell's got to ring and they got to go out and they have to deliver.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No one on this card has delivered.
No one blew me
and I'm
away.
banging my notepad. Now, again, it's easy for us to sit here as we've been eating food all afternoon, drinking booze. You know, like it's easy for us to be armchair quarterbacks. But God damn it, I've been on this earth for 50 fucking years. Out of that 50 years, I've been watching wrestling for 42. I grew up in the golden era of wrestling.
Yep.
I watched the National Wrestling Alliance. I watched the early days of Vince McMahon Jr. and the WWF and the rise of that and what WrestleMania has become. And God damn it, this isn't WrestleMania.
No. And I said this to you when we were up there upstairs watching not necessarily this match, but the event as a whole. Because we grew up in that golden era, maybe we're spoiled.
We are spoiled. Now, say kids 30 years younger than us.
Yep.
They thought this was an amazing WrestleMania. They didn't experience what we experienced. Now, they can go back on YouTube.
Yep.
They can go back, well, if the WWE network was still around. But they can YouTube or DVDs or if they find a VHS. It's one thing to go back and watch the matches, but we actually lived it. We were in the moment. We didn't just watch them.
Well, you didn't have social media. You didn't have YouTube back then. You lived week to week waiting for superstars.
And that's what I'm saying. Like we were actually in the moment.
Yeah.
It's not like we went back. Like we could still go back and watch Savage Steamboat, Hogan, Andre,
God,
and still get goosebumps. The younger generation, like I said, 20, 30 years before us, younger than us, can find it on YouTube.
Yep.
Find a DVD or find an original VHS.
Yep.
And they'll be like, I don't get it. It was good, but I don't get it. They don't understand what wrestling was like before and how that transcended professional wrestling. But we're getting off topic. But I completely agree with what you said. I completely agree. You're 100% right. Maybe other people just look at us and say, I don't know what you're thinking of. Maybe you're just grumpy old men.
Yes, we are.
And you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. But me being old and grumpy gives me the right to tell you to go fuck yourself too.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, little bastard. Okay, so where are we at here? EST WWE is back and she's preggers. Congratulations to her and Montez. Fantastic. You could tell she's super stoked. Match 6. Oh, before we get to match 6, the attendance, and I was shocked.
Yes, you were.
50,816. The way that place was set up, I would have bet my paycheck it would have been just shy of 60,000 people. So fantastic job making me think there were more people there than what there were. I thought there were more than 51. We'll call it 51,000 people. Match 6, the main event for night 1. WWE Championship, Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. Right off the bat, Pat McAfee hits Rhodes with a mic. We're off to the races. The bell didn't ring for the longest fucking time.
18 minutes,
18 goddamn minutes, whatever. But it's WrestleMania. You got to build it up. You got to kill time. Pat, and again, this was just stupid. Pat takes a terrible elbow from Jelly Roll outside the ring during the match. And why I understand Jelly Roll loves the WWE. There are a lot of fans that love Jelly Roll, and I understand that they're trying to attract a different audience.
Yeah.
Because hardcore wrestling fans are hardcore wrestling fans. They're bringing in other people. That was horrible. You and I, at 10 years old, jumping off the couch onto the floor, a solid floor, giving an elbow looked better than that elbow, but It just looked better. Anyway, I digress.
I know this because I was on the receiving end of those elbows.
Yes, you actually were. Yeah. They wheel Pat out on a stretcher. I can't believe they're still doing this spot because nobody gives a fuck about stretcher spots anymore. The match was okay. Again, it's a Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown type bullshit. The pace was good. What they did was okay. Randy gets busted open at one point. Maybe I missed it. I didn't see how he got busted open.
I didn't catch it.
Because we're all talking. It's a WrestleMania party. I was going to go back, take a look. I was like, no, let's just keep going with it.
Right.
Keep it organic. I didn't see how Randy got busted open. The false finishes have to stop.
Oh,
Randy is not going to beat Cody Rhodes with Crossroads, and Cody is not going to beat Randy with an RKO.
no.
So let's just stop pretending that there's a possibility. It's just not going to happen. The crowd, you could tell by this match, especially, I don't know, I think it was 10 minutes in, they're booing. The crowd is not into this match.
They weren't.
At all. This is the main event of WrestleMania for the WWE title. The crowd could care less. Randy RKO's the referee. Cody gives a low blow. Randy hits the RKO. There's no ref. Oh, that hasn't happened a million times in wrestling. Pat McAfee comes out. He's the referee. Oh, what's he doing? It's cool for about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's like, who fucking cares? Pat goes for the cover. Or Randy goes for the cover. Cody kicks out. Randy's pissed off at Pat. Hits Pat. Did anyone think Randy and Pat McAfee were going to be best friends after this match? Seriously? You could see Friday night. Randy Orton didn't want to be around Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
Even Randy Orton at one point was shaking his head in this match.
Yeah.
Randy knew this wasn't good.
That was when they were wheeling Pat out on the stretcher.
Yes, it was just after the stretcher. Randy shook his head and was like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
It's just not good. So Randy RKO's Pat. Cody hits the cutter. All of a sudden, Cody's busted open.
Still don't know how that happened.
I didn't see how Cody got busted open either. Cody retains the WWE title. So it just wasn't good. It wasn't a good match. This match itself, I thought I wrote down the stars. I think I didn't. Oh yeah, I did. I gave it 2.5 stars. I gave this match 2.5 stars. The match wasn't good. Again, it's a Friday Night SmackDown, Monday Night Raw type match. The feud still continues. There's nothing really settled.
Here's a question for you, not to cut you off. How long does this feud go on for? Because we're at what? Ever since Chamber? Elimination Chamber?
Since Chamber, yeah.
So they've been going back and forth ever since. You get to the granddaddy of them all, WrestleMania. This is supposed to be the fight to end the feud, or at least from our standpoint. We wanted Randy to win number 15.
I want to say, oh yeah, I totally do, because I want him to at least tie John Cena. You know how I feel about Ric Flair. And John Cena taking 17 titles and Flair having 16 is a very sore fucking spot in my asshole. So, yeah, I wanted Randy to win. I would have bet money Randy was going to win. So it was a nice little swerve.
Yeah.
I thought it was stupid, though, the way the match went.
Yeah.
Again, the agents, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what to think. But again, we're armchair quarterbacks eating pizza and drinking, doing a podcast. They're in a multi-billion-dollar company that went hundreds of billions in the hole, and we'd probably be better writers. Honestly. You fucking know I'm right, WWE. Yeah, the whole show for night one overall, I'm giving 2 stars. There was nothing to write home about. I think the best match of the night was the Seth Rollins Gunther match.
Yep.
And I'm not even counting the return of Braun Breaker. Just the match itself, I think, was better. It was a better performance. Randy and Cody tried, but Cody can't give you a great match. I've said that before.
You have.
Randy can give anyone a great match. He just can't. He needs a supporting cast, and Cody's not that guy.
No.
And so that feud is going to continue. Randy, before SummerSlam, I hope, is going to get his 15th world championship. That is my hope. That is my goal. But the night overall, I'm sorry, folks, and you can call me a cranky old man. Get off my lawn. This generation doesn't know pro wrestling. Night one, in my eyes, was a bust.
Overall, I have to agree. I mean, I'll go back and I'll say this. You know, McAfee come into the ring at the start of the match before everything starts, and he tells a fan to go fuck themselves.
That was cool. I mean, it was unexpected. That was cool. But if that's the highlight of the match, aside from Braun Breaker coming down and spearing.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry. Totally got that mixed up with Seth Rollins. I apologize for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if that's the highlight, one of the highlights of the match, there's something wrong.
The whole thing, it's forced. It's so forced because McAfee was so over with the fans. You know, him and Cole on commentary.
So much better as a fanboy.
Yeah.
And yeeting with Jey Uso.
Yes.
And being psyched and stoked. But now he'll probably go back to that because Randy kicked his ass.
Yes.
And now he'll say, I'm sorry. I just want to be a fan again. Do you guys accept me? Do you forgive me? And they'll say yes. And a month from now, he'll be eating on the desk.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
You know, you talked about false finishes and stuff like that. Like, go back to the mid-90s. When Austin hit a stunner, you knew the match was over.
Yeah, it was over.
When The Rock hit a rock bottom, it was over.
8 times out of 10, the match was over.
Right?
With a rock bottom.
Shawn Michaels hits a super kick.
Done.
You've got guys now using other people's
Kevin
moves.
Nash hits a power bomb. Sid hits a power bomb. Over.
Done.
Bundy splash. Over.
Done.
Only one guy back in the day could kick out of anything, and that was Hogan.
Yep.
Other than that, the match was over.
Like, I guess finishing moves don't mean anything anymore.
They don't. False finishes really have to be cut out.
How many times have we seen in recent months? I'll just kind of, I'm not going to say weeks, I'll say months. Have you seen someone use their own finishing move 3 or more times in a match and the other guy kicks out?
It's getting more and more.
Right?
It's getting more and more. And it's got to stop. Like you said, it's been happening for a while.
Yep.
And false finishes are ruining wrestling because finishing moves don't mean anything anymore.
They don't. This match, I gave it a 1.75. I was not impressed.
You gave it, I think this is the first time all night that you gave it a lower rating than me.
Yep. Again, we're on the granddaddy stage.
Yep.
The world title's on the line. You're expecting to, I mean, and this was supposed to be the match to save the night. You're in the main event for a reason.
Yep.
And it was so underwhelming. It was so underperforming. It didn't hold any water for me. And the bonus point is at like looking at all of this, you can only go up from here for night two.
Listen, for night 2, there's like, you hit the nail right on the head. There's one place to go for night 2, and that is up. You can't, again, it's not that it was horrible. I'm not going to say night 1 was horrible for WrestleMania, but I am going to say it was very overwhelming. And looking at the matches that they had for tonight, I thought it was going to be better than what it was. But tomorrow night for night 2, just cross your fingers. It's going to be better. It can't, I mean, Brock Lesnar's on the card. It can't be bad. Obafemi can't be bad. And that is it, guys. We did this live. No editing, no nothing. We came in. This was night one of WrestleMania. We weren't impressed with it. What do you guys think? Let us know. Drop us a line. The figurefourpodcast at gmail.com. It's in the bio. We will be with you again tomorrow night at the end of night 2. Until then, my name is Doug. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy night 2 of WrestleMania, and I am out.